Hello everyone, welcome to LN Campus. This is Seshikant and today I'm going to give you an overview of new authorizations and security module in ERP LN 10.5. The agenda of this presentation is: let's look at the concept of the new sec module, business value that it's going to add, business requirements or business needs, a high-level solution overview with a short demo, and finally we will recap what we have discussed and close this session. Well, you must be wondering why this new authorizations and security module has been introduced when we already have AMS module in tools and DEM module in common, which are robust and proven. Eventually, both these options focus on what sessions or reports a user can access. AMS also allows for data authorization, but it is complex in many of the situations. The new authorizations and security module offers data authorization capabilities in LN that are more powerful and can be used by business teams rather than IT teams. Let's look at the business value. With the new sec module, we can make sure that people work only with the authorized data, which improves the data quality. This also helps prevent fraud. Users can work faster since they see less data which is relevant to them. Users make less mistakes and thus having less chances of having the wrong transactions generated due to the incorrect data. The business requirement is to have the data access and security mechanism in place for the users. The functionality should not be a tools-based option but a business-based option. So it is important for the functionality to use business language rather than IT language, since it's going to be defined and maintained by the business people. Last but not the least, the data access should be auditable. It is important to have the history and changes in the data authorization setup. Let's look at an example of data security in ERP LN. Every employee within the organization is allowed to modify their own purchase orders. They can also view the orders raised by their colleagues of the same department, but they should not be modifying these orders. When an employee is on holiday or leave, one of his colleagues of the same department can manage his orders. Again, this must be valid until the person returns back to work. Let's look at the solution overview. So when a user starts a session in ERP LN, it goes through the AMS or DEM, which decides whether the person is allowed to access the session or not. The session can be a maintenance session, or a process session, or a print session such as print invoices. So once it goes through the AMS DEM validation, LN requests the sec module for the authorized data for the current user. Then as a last step, it would display the right data to the user which is relevant for him. The result is sessions are opened with right and secured data. Here is the scenario which I would like to consider for our demo. This is a typical sales organization chart of company ABC. There is a sales director on top who is responsible for the entire organization-wide sales. The organization is having sales offices in two different parts of India. So there is one sales manager who is responsible for sales in North India region and another sales manager who is responsible for sales in Southern region. Each manager is having a team of 3 persons under them. Now that we have gone through the organization chart, let's talk about the business requirements of ABC organization. The organization policy is that every sales representative can modify their own sales orders, and they can view the orders raised by their colleagues from the same department. In this case, Kevin from the North India sales team can modify his own sales orders, and additionally he can view the orders raised by his colleagues. The orders related to the South India sales team should not be visible for him. The sales managers should be able to view and modify the orders raised by their sales team. In this case, the sales manager from North India can modify all the sales orders raised by his team, and also he should be able to view the orders from the South India sales office, but he should not be able to modify those. Coming to the sales director role, he should be able to view, modify and delete the sales orders raised by all the sales offices. Now let's jump into the product to see how it works. So let me log in as a super user and show you how I have modeled the employees in different groups. We have 3 different groups here: sales representatives, sales managers and sales directors. Let me take you to the details of each group now. If we go to the directors group, we have one employee here who is a sales director. So probably let's close the details and move to the other group. In the sales managers group, we have 2 employees. If we move to the sales representatives group, we have 6 employees here. 3 belongs to North India sales office and the other 3 belongs to the South India sales office. I am trying to log in as a sales director, so ideally I should be able to see all the sales orders created by both the sales offices. So there are total 6 sales orders here, and as we have discussed few minutes back, the requirement is to allow the sales director to create, modify or delete any sales order. So let's open a sales order and see if the sales director is able to modify the order. Yep, the fields are open, the order is editable. So let's close this. Let's check an order from the South India sales office. Yes, the fields are editable, which means the requirement is satisfied. The sales director is now able to see, modify any order created by both the sales offices. Now I am trying to log in as Ram, who is a sales manager of North India sales team. Let's open the sales order session. Though we can see all the sales orders, the sales manager should only be allowed to modify the orders created by their team as per our requirement, right? So let's open this particular order which belongs to North India sales office and check if the order is editable. Yes, the fields are open and the order is editable. Now let's close this. Let's open a sales order which belongs to the South India sales office. The order is set as read only. The sales manager can only view the order but cannot take any action. So our requirement is satisfied. This time I am trying to log in as a sales representative who belongs to the North India sales office. Let's open the sales order session. We can only see 3 orders here because the employee belongs to the North India sales office and the requirement is to show only the relevant orders for the user from his department. Here the first sales order is being handled by Kevin and the other 2 are handled by his colleagues. Let's open the order which is being handled by Kevin. He must be able to modify the order as per our requirement, right? Yes, the fields are open, the order is editable. Let's close this order. And if we go to the other sales order, which is not handled by Kevin, let's see, the order is set as read only, which means he can only view the orders, but he cannot take any action because these orders are not created or handled by him. This satisfies our last requirement as well. So let's quickly summarize what we have discussed so far. The Data Authorization Framework is introduced from 10.4.1. It increases the data security and usability. The functionality is available for specific business processes. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and never miss an update from LN Campus.